What's up, guys? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. We are at day 7, and I would have had Frank here, but life is lifing. Not in a bad way. It's just I spent the day with my girl. Relaxed, chilled. Got to see my family. One of my family members is going back home, back out of state. So I just wanted to go spend time with them. And as important as this is, the whole movement, everything that's been kind of going on, you still just have to live life, doesn't mean I'm not going to be dropping one. As you could tell, like I came home at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night and just instantly just started recording, which that just kind of shows me it's a gift at this point. So I just want to say, if you're watching this, thank you guys. It's been a full week of podcasting, and it's life-changing. I never thought that this would be the direction that I would be going in life. I say that all the time. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing it, but it's the truth. Like, you really have to dig into your heart and find what you love. It's not just going to be, it might happen, but it's not just going to be handed in your lap, or it's just not going to pop up. I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't, try to be perfect or anything. I just preach what I've seen and like what I've been through and my obstacles. And, I just think it's cool because like everybody can do anything they really want to an extent. You just have to reach for it. So if you guys don't know by now, my name is Marcellus Seabrook. I am your host for Rise Elevate podcast. Sadly, I don't have my other host here. Which is kind of weird right now. I already see it because this is the first one I've done without him for the Podcast-A-Thon. And I know he would be here if he wanted to, but it's just, life. So I do just want to kind of talk about what I was going to do, a self-improvement on this episode instead of just just sitting here talking. So I'm just going to take this moment to actually just talk about what my self-improvement was, which was teamwork. So I kind of wanted to just go over that. I'm gonna pull that up in my phone because I had that in I've had that for a while now, just stuck on episode, what is that, 32? I think it's 32. And it's just beautiful because I just do this, bro. Like, I wake up every day and I really grind to change the world, not just to make it a safer place, but to make people comfortable to be in their skin. Because even me, like, battling what I do and all that stuff, being in front of the camera 24/7, of course you get those like doubts of how you look, or you're not getting enough likes, or, just those doubts. And you just kind of have to face it with the sword and everything and fight it, you know what I mean? And just like, beat the odds, and instead of just like crumbling and folding, like crumble and fold, but attack back. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I kind of thought teamwork was a good thing to talk about right now, because in order to kind of have that energy, you have to have a team. As much as you can handle a lot of things by yourself, you get to a boiling point where like you just break down, and like you really break down in a different way than actually working with a team, and you break down and they're there to lift you up. At some point, it's kind of like their job to be the one to lift you up, because it's hard. Every day is hard. It's a struggle to be able to live on the planet that we live on. It doesn't matter what country you're in, or what city you're in, what street you live on. Everywhere is a battle. It just depends if you're equipped with the weapons to fight the battle that is being presented to you. And then 2, being able to know that you don't win them all. Like, you can't win every single battle. So teamwork was definitely the thing. And the question of the week for the teamwork was basically, I kind of wish I didn't do this because I wanted to make a whole episode based off that, but I think it's important to kind of like talk about this type of stuff and use this moment, the Podcast-A-Thon, to teach people stuff. I tell Frank, like, the last 6 days, I'm like, we got to start teaching people life stuff. You know what I mean? As much as we want to talk about these trending topics, it's important to talk about what we can do to actually fix the community and the world around us, to make it a safer place for people to, let alone walk the world or walk the streets, but to actually be themselves, because that's the most, a person who's not afraid to be themselves is probably one of the most scary things in this society, because nobody can stop that person. And I feel like I'm one of those people. Like, for me to just come home and do what I do and like go through what I've been going through lately and mentally and physically and, working and consistent, like I just really, I want to be him. I really try. I really do. And so does Frank. Like, I give Frank full props to be able to grind the way he does and everything he's been going through lately. Because everybody's going through something. It's just up to you if you're able to tell the story. And you got to be okay with telling the story. You got to be able to tell people the part that nobody wants to hear. So, yeah, I kind of got into that. I don't know why. But question of the week for teamwork would be, what is there an I in team? And that one is kind of like it's a rhetorical question, if I'm saying that right. It's a question in its own question. Like, you should already know this, but it's still something to think about. So I'll repeat again for the people that kind of didn't hear me, but is there an I in team? And I already could tell you the answer to that, so I don't need to tell you that. But the 3 bullet points, I kind of want to just make it one, because this is day 7. I didn't want this one to be kind of a long thing to talk about. But actually, I'll do 2 bullet points. I think 2 bullet points would be good. The first bullet point was basically, and I'm kind of like making it up. Like, I had the template of my episode, but I kind of want to like do it in the moment instead of just using what I have, So I'm kind of just thinking of some bullet points. But I feel like for teamwork, you have to be communication. You have to have communication when you're working with the team, because without communicating with your team, then there's no team. Like, there's no way of actually saying that y'all are working together. Like, in order for you to be like, hey, what time are we meeting up? And you say 7:00 and that person isn't there by 7:00, that time that you scheduled, then you got to hold somebody accountable for the communication, because somebody's not talking, or like making awareness of how bad they should be there, or like if it's that important to make it out on time, or I don't know. Like, you ask anybody I work with, like I am on time. There's certain things I choose not to be on time with, because I don't let it personally take my energy anymore like that. Because I used to feel bad if I was on, not on time at work or anything like that. But everything else I try to be on time with, and, nobody's perfect, but I go by time. Like, everything has to make sense. Every move has to be calculated, just has to be in that right order. So definitely communication is important for teamwork. Without communication, not just teamwork, but relationships, family situations, work, or wherever you be or do or whatever it is, you have to have communication. That has to be something that you are well known about, and you can't, like, if you don't have no communication, then you're going to get stepped on, you're going to get hurt, which, that comes with part of life and learning, but you also don't want to put yourself in these weird positions of being uncomfortable and abused mentally, and so communication is very important. And I think, me personally, I've not perfected it, but to the point of, like, when I'm feeling some type of way, I'm not afraid to let it out. Like, I'll literally sit there and tell my significant other how I really feel. Like, I won't let it go a day, or, let it simmer for 4 days. Like, I let my significant other or my friends or anybody around me, I let it out, That's why I kind of like the Frozen movie, because they go, I let it go, let it go. So it's kind of corny. But yeah, this is kind of weird talking by myself, because I haven't done a talked one by myself in a long time. And I don't think I've used the arm mics for a self-improvement. So it's like I'm able to actually talk. Like, I don't have to sit there and be like, feeling like nobody can hear me. So yeah, it's a beautiful journey. I love doing this. I definitely want to say one more bullet point for the teamwork. Let's actually look this one up instead of being off the domey, because I've been coming up with some crazy things in my head mentally. But let's do the definition of teamwork. Let's do that. I think it's important to know what teamwork really means. And I appreciate you guys, if you're watching this, staying true to the whole podcast-a-thon because, as you can tell, like, I don't have my host with me, my co-host. It's hard to be consistent doing this, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's one thing, like last night, I didn't get the video uploaded until 3 a.m. because of downloading issues. Like, I was out and about hanging out with my girl. I try to spend time with, I'm trying to balance everything, and I didn't know I didn't have no memory in my laptop. So basically the whole time I downloaded twice thinking that there was an error or something like that. And then in reality, it was just because I didn't have storage. So, like going through that obstacle made me really strong. Or even like, there was a monitoring or whatever issue with the mic yesterday where it duplicates. So like you can hear it. It's like simple things that you go through and it makes you stronger. Cause now like I'm by myself, it's crunch time. I got work tomorrow morning and like, like now I can do this type of stuff in the heat of moment compared to like back then. I was asking my homie Teach Tunes like, yo, how do you do this? And, confused and asking Frank how to do it. And so it's just like you really have to go through these bad moments to shape you into becoming like the ultimate person that you were looking for. You just didn't, like, in the moment it doesn't feel like it, but like eventually you become like this ultimate machine that can do whatever you kind of want. Especially when it comes to editing. I'm like doing my old videos and I'm like, holy cow, like they weren't bad videos back then, but it was like, now I can look at the videos and make whatever I want out of it compared like to back then. I'm just like, how do I do this? And how did those people edit like that? You have to make it into what you want it to be. And I think that's the best thing about being a content creator and a YouTuber mainly, but being a content creator is you can like take apart anything and make it into a content. There's no limit or like you can run out of content because you really can't run out of content. Your life is content, and you just got to take advantage of it. I'm not talking for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. If you don't have that drive of wanting to do it, then you're just not meant to do content creating in YouTube. But if you're in the line work of doing kind of like this and stuff, and you talk a lot like me, you just have to take full force and grasped onto what your purpose is faster than normal. Because I feel like once you get older doing this type of work, like kind of like gets played out. And I could be wrong, but I just don't know any like old people doing a podcast and stuff. But maybe I might change the game. Who knows? But yeah, I had a question. Let's see. Or not a question, the definition of teamwork before we go. So teamwork is the combination action of a group of people, especially when effort, what? Yeah. Anyways, I think I read the wrong thing, but I'm trying to make sure I say it right. But for example, like, it's basically like, I want to say it like we already know what teamwork is, but I want to say it in a good like sentence. I don't want it to be just some basic thing. Oh, it's a collaborative effort of a group of people to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in an effective and efficient way. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I had a short one. It was too short. Like, it was just not a good description. So yeah, just teamwork is so important. I didn't know that until about, I think like 4 months into doing what I'm doing now. I was like thinking I could do everything myself, pick and choose who I work with and stuff. And then I was like, oh shoot, like you really have to work with every person in the world. That's why I'm setting a goal to like interview every person I know on this planet. Come on, bro. Yeah, Kiwi's the co-host today. Come here, Kiwi. Come on. Come on. I need you to talk. Come here. Anyways, so yeah, no, it's real. I kind of lost what I was saying, but teamwork is dream work. And if you feel like you are lacking support, or you feel like you don't have the ability to make a team, then you kind of just have to focus on yourself until the opportunities just come. Because for me, I've worked with some people, and I'm not trying to like shame or like sneak those people, but I've worked with people that it was just bad. Like it just felt bad. Like in the beginning, it feels good because y'all are on the same mission. Like you both want to do the same, like drive, like same vision and stuff like that. But it like a week or two goes by and you're like, oh my God, like this is not good. Like I don't want to do this. I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I'm being used. I feel like, just a bunch of different things that kind of make you like not want to work with people. And I think that made me start focusing on myself more, and then like what can I do to like improve my stuff. And then those people that I ended up working with, that my team now, just came natural. Like it just like everything clicked. And then you just have to work with the people you have and stick with them and don't judge them for who they are, and remember that nobody's perfect, and that you're not going to have all the time perfect moments. Like there's going to be moments where it feels like it's bad, but you never give up on people. I've never felt the urge to give up on people unless you gave me a reason to, which is what everybody should do if you're battling learning how to cut people off who are toxic for you or not putting you in the right position, because a lot of people are hanging out with garbage cans. People don't want to hear this, but like a lot of people are chilling with people right now. If you're watching this and you're just hanging out with the people who are making your life more worse than what it could be or should be. So, Kiwi, you got anything you want to say? Oh, she don't got anything. But I love you guys. I really appreciate the day ones, the elevators. I call it, Frank said elevators the other day, and I just thought about like, I'm trying to think of a name to like, the to be able to label the fans of people doing this. I really don't consider people fans though. Like I feel like it's kind of disrespectful. I consider people family, because if you've been following this for a while, or even if you're new, like you have the common knowledge of what you're supporting, because it's hard to like find people who are on that positive mindset, change the world vision. A lot of people sugarcoat and tell you what they want to hear. Then there's people like, or even the group I'm with, my team, that actually do it. You know what I mean? Like we actually put down the work. And I don't know what I can start, shout out to my brother. My brother's telling me like I need to start talking, bro, because it's like, bro, I wake up every single day and I go, how can I make a change in the world? It doesn't matter what I do. That's why I walk in the videos and do simple stuff and do it. There's a lot more things I could do if I had the freedom to do it and not have to work entitled to work a job. But like until then, I'm full force still going to do what I'm doing. And it's thankful. So I love you guys. This is day 7. I can't believe we made it this far already. It's been a full week of podcasting, and sheesh. I honestly can't believe it, to be honest. Like, I knew we would do it, but I just can't believe how fast these days are going, because it's already day 7. I remember when me and Frankie the G were just sitting here like, should we do it? Like, I saw someone else do a kick thing, Christmas-thon thing, but yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Well, not episode. I hope you guys enjoyed day 7. And remember, stay true to yourself, and the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. Sorry if I talk a lot. I think it's kind of beautiful though, because it's like this is natural now. I don't feel like I'm like having to fake this or like hide anything, or like like I finally personally have the tools to be able to equip people with the knowledge that is needed to be presented. I can't wait to get everything more on like down pack. But till next year, I'm just full locked in. I'm gonna keep going hard and keep trying to learn and push myself to the limits, push my team to the limits, push my family to the limits, push everybody to the limits, like Rick Ross. That was weird. Love you guys. Stay true to yourself. Please, please, please never give up on your dreams. Kiwi, say bye. Say bye, Kiwi. Peace.